the next step of this process, we'll go ahead and finish up with our clavicles here. Just basically going to redo them. And if we go to our motion panel with this bone selected, under rotation, we see it has the look at constraint. I'm just going to go ahead and delete that dude. And just basically restructure this thing. I'm going to go to my left view, hit Z, and I just want to kind of see this thing get zeroed out correctly. You know what? Let's just create a new one. Since we did a brand new arm, I'll go ahead and do a brand new clavicle. I'll say da da da, and right click. Alright. I want this guy to be forward a little bit. And now let's just rotate them back a smidge. Okay. And I'll Alt A and align X, Y, and Z and positions. So that's a little bit better of a setup there. This guy, let's just go ahead and link right to that little bone. And we see that it popped a little bit, and I don't really want that to happen. But it's honestly because it's probably not lined up too much. I can tell for certain that it's not lined up as perfect as it should. So I'm actually going to, instead of linking that there, just go ahead and, well, we remember that this guy down here is going to get linked up here. So we see that it popped, which should let us know and clue us in to the fact that in gimbal mode, and it looks like that guy's fine, but this one is not, so we're going to freeze the transforms on him. So he's all back to 0 now. And if we it's a swivel angle that is, and so we see just right clicking again, we see the swivel angle has been adjusted, so I will freeze the rotations of that. Okay, so we still have the control over it. And let's try this one more time. Course. And that just, why are you, that's, this guy has been, he's been moved. Honestly, that should be fine. No, let's not do that. So he's not liking that at all, and I think that if we do link it up here, that we will we see that the swivel messed up, but I can always come in here and manually, we see it's been blocked out, and this guy can just move him back in place. probably should have did that with the snaps on. So just rotated the swivel right back into place, and we see we get back to having that kind of control along with that control. We still have control over the swivel, and we still have our bending forearm. Okay, so now let's take this guy, and I'm going to go ahead and do a position constraint. Now, of course, that's going to bend the arm. So instead, I want to do it to this guy. So we'll pick the arm up. And if this guy has the lookout on it, and let's just keep initial and get rid of the view line. So we see we do have the ability for it to go past, and that's probably not the kind of thing that we want to have. The way to keep that from happening is, let's go to position. If we get rid of the position constraint and just link this guy. So again, he moved a little bit, so we will just adjust that swivel angle. Try to keep him facing the right direction. Of course, you would use all that if you had an actual mesh, then you would want that to be fitting inside of your mesh, but since we're just creating a basic rig, we don't have to worry with it right now. So we see now this guy's got the rotation controller still on him, but we see that by linking the arm bone back into the clavicle chain, even though our controller can go past, the bones themselves stay where they are supposed to. So I'm going to say left total arm, and let's copy this over for right total arm. Alright. So let's take a look at this guy's local. So X is facing down, X is facing down, so all those things are good to go. And let's see where this guy's positioned on the view space. So right click, I see he's at 45, so this guy should be at negative 45. Alright, so again, we know all this stuff is about to mess up, but I'm going to select on these bones, and we're going to go into animation bone tools. Remember, we don't want to mirror bones with this tool. We want to mirror bones with this tool. So mirror it on the X, hit OK. This guy is positioned at right click on that, 3.155. So I'll just copy that, select on him and say negative. Okay, so that's good to go. I'm now going to link this guy into the clavicle chain. We see that he messes up, so let's go ahead and fix our swivel. And we can always, if we wanted to kind of see exactly where it was, come here and look and see that that guy is, I can't do nothing with this here, but we see that it's at 171. This guy's at 3, so let's see if we can so we see if we go back the way that it was, see we're closer to getting a 3 again, but since it's on the other side, we're just going to have to assume that this is going to be one of the things that we have to deal with, and it looks to be pretty close. Eyeball it as much as we want. Again, like I said, you know, you can, if you had a mesh, then it would be going in there perfectly. Alright, so we have that guy linked into place, and just, I guess, kind of FYI, if we would have created the clavicle bone the same time we created the arm, or before we did any of this wiring and constraining and all that stuff, if we would have actually had this